I'm going to play a clip for you here of a Trump supporter talking about homelessness. Now, homelessness is a very important issue. Homelessness is a moral failing of the United States. There's no reason we have to have homelessness in the United States. There's also no reason we have to have hunger, but we lack a political will and sort of resolution to decide we're not going to do it anymore. But this is interesting. Here is a Trump supporter complaining about homelessness. She says something very interesting. She says she doesn't see Hispanics out on the street. She sees blacks and whites. What does she mean by this? What's the truth of it? And what the hell is going on here? Let's listen.
What has been some of the negative things since the Biden, you turn your head and you pause for dramatic effect.
You want me to be honest with you?
Yeah, well, I mean,
I've never seen so many homeless in my life, ever. Never in my life have I ever seen so many homeless. And it's like, okay, we're going to have open borders. I never see any of the Hispanics on the street. What I see is African American and Caucasian American. No.
What is she trying to make in terms of a point here? I don't, is the point she's trying to make that Hispanics are hard workers and they don't end up homeless or something? Like, is this praise of Hispanic Americans, Hispanic immigrants? What point is she trying to make? Now, the math is sort of interesting. In reality, it's estimated that about 24% of those who were homeless in 2022 were Hispanic. And that's an overrepresentation relative to the 19% of the population that Hispanics are believed to make up. So 19% of the population, 24% of homeless. Hispanics are overrepresented in the homeless population. But I don't know what that proves one way or the other. Just as usual, these folks are wrong on the facts and their analysis and commentary is weird. Now, I do want to mention, how do people end up homeless? Because there is this idea among many on the right that when you're homeless, it's the result of a personal failure. I actually was at a restaurant the other day. There was a guy there with his daughter and also his girlfriend. It clearly wasn't the daughter's mom. It was his girlfriend and with his daughter. And I overheard this guy saying, if you're hungry in this country, it's by choice. And then 5 minutes later, he yelled at his daughter and then later at his girlfriend very loudly in front of a restaurant full of people. It was super cringy. So that guy is the one who was saying, if you're hungry in this country, it's by choice. The truth is that homelessness in the United States is often the result of structural factors: poverty, lack of affordable housing, major issue, not enough housing, unemployment, low wages, discrimination, domestic violence, mental illness, substance abuse, lack of social support. All of those things can affect anybody, regardless of race, ethnicity, gender, age, or background. But it is true that there are historically marginalized communities that are more likely to be affected by some of those issues. One other thing, there's this myth that homeless people are lazy or dangerous. This is also not true. As far as lazy, the vast majority of the poor and many of the homeless actually do work. That's number one. And then number two, this idea of criminality, homeless criminality, the vast majority of homeless people have never committed any criminal act other than if a city makes it a crime to be homeless, then you are criminalizing their very status. And we've talked about that happening in a number of different cities. So not sure what point this woman was trying to make, but at least it gives us an opportunity to talk about homelessness. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. We need to teach kids to think critically and independently, and we aren't doing a good enough job of it. I have a book right here that teaches kids critical thinking. I wrote this book, and it's available on Amazon at davidpakman.com/book. This is told through the story of a kid detective. The idea is critical thinking, thinking independently, is like solving a mystery. Getting clues, evaluating them, thinking through scenarios. The right knows that when kids think critically, they don't end up being Republicans when they're adults. And that's why they hate teaching kids critical thinking. This book alone won't solve the problem, but it will get kids interested. Get a copy, Kindle, paperback, at davidpakman.com/book.